All right, so a few more examples specifically on sketching the graph and all the key features and then using the graphing calculator. So if you remember, we're first going to check horizontal asymptotes. So because our n is bigger, we know that we have a horizontal asymptote at y equals 0. And then we're going to check if anything cancels out, and an x does. So there's a hole at 0, but also there's still x in the 0, so we're also going to have a vertical asymptote at x equals 0, just checking our denominator and seeing what would make that 0. And yeah, anyway, so what cancels off? We still have 4 over x squared, so we have a hole at 0, but we still have an asymptote at 0 because we technically, yeah, it's kind of doubling up there, right? So the thing about this graph, if you remember, is the asymptotes are kind of like lines on the road. So we're either going like this, we're going like this, or vice versa. Something like that is happening. Okay, so we just got to figure out where. And if you look at our x and y intercepts, they're not going to be very helpful for us. There's actually none for each. You can go back and double check, but they don't have them. And if you look, it's because there's asymptotes right on the lines, the axis lines. So yeah, of course we're not going to have an x or y intercept. All right. So if I notice I don't have an x and y intercept, what I like to do is I like to make the behavior table. So I'm going to plug in a -1 and a 1 just to see what's going on. So when I plug in my -1, I'm going to have 4 times -1 over -1 cubed, which will give me -4 over -1, which is 4. So when I plugged in the -1, I got a 4. When I plug in the 1, 4 times 1 over 1 cubed, I'm going to get 4 divided by 1, which is 4. So at -1, we're at 4, and at 1, we're at 4, which means the graph must follow in on this side in order to hit that point, and in on this side in order to hit that point. Okay? All right, and we can double check it on the calculator by just typing in wrong calculator, y equals, and then typing it in. So we had 4x divided by x cubed. Now if we look at the table, we'll be able to find, let's go down real quick. -10 is happening at 0.04. -10 is also at 0.04, and we can kind of see what else is going on. We can also, of course, hit graph and look at the graph, but you have lots of options, lots of resources to help you. Let me know if you need any.